Welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about how to recharge your energy levels effectively. I'm going to provide a number of different ways that can help you get your energy back when you're feeling tired or demotivated or have had just a really rough week at school or university or work or whatever it is, and help you come back with more energy, raring to go, and have a super productive week or day or whatever. So with that said, let's crack into it. Alright, so 6 ways to recharge your energy levels effectively. What is number one? Well, number one is a method. Well, it's almost not even a method, it's so simple, that I like to call the just sit there technique. Now, this sounds almost too obvious or simplistic to be of any help to anyone, but it is actually something that I found to be useful in my own life, and I think could be very valuable in today's hectic society. Sometimes literally just sitting in a room on a chair and just kind of looking around a bit can be a great way to allow your body to recharge. When we're constantly engaging our minds with stimuli and TV or the internet or work or talking to someone or whatever it might be, we don't necessarily give the whole system of who we are a chance to kind of right itself, right? We don't need to be productive 24/7, and in fact, taking this kind of pause every once in a while, just for 5 or 10 minutes, can be something that helps us be more productive overall. Okay, you can afford to do that. Nobody's too busy for that. All right, so the second way to recharge your energy level effectively is to eat some healthy food. This should go without saying, but pretty much by definition, eating more healthily will give you more energy than eating unhealthily. If you ate something and it took a load of energy away from you and made you feel tired, then almost by definition for you, that's an unhealthy food. And to benefit from this, you don't have to completely overhaul your diet or go on some crazy, completely change everything you eat. Literally, you can just start by adding a few healthier foods in. You don't even have to take away the unhealthy foods. You can just add some healthy foods in first. So, for example, just going out and buying a bag of spinach and then snacking on that a couple of times a day will get you loads of nutrients in that can help your body work better in a way that requires not very much willpower at all. It doesn't take much willpower just to, eat, right? It might take more willpower to resist certain other foods, but to actually eat foods doesn't take that much. And this will give you more energy because effectively it will help your bodily system work more effectively. And while you might be able to get a little bit of a sugar high from foods like chocolate or Haribo's or whatever it is, this won't give you more kind of sustainable energy in the long run, right? You want to kind of have a good amount of energy throughout the day as opposed to like these little spikes. That's why I don't drink very much energy drinks or caffeine, because I want my energy to remain fairly steady throughout the day as opposed to having these kind of peaks and troughs. Okay, so eat some healthy food. That's number 2. The third way to recharge your energy level effectively is to identify what kind of tiredness you're currently suffering from and then do an opposing activity to let your brain and body recover. So what do I mean by the type of tiredness you're suffering from? Well, my own little personal pseudoscience theory is that there are different types of tiredness, okay? So the most obvious kind of tiredness is physical tiredness. If you've done a lot of exercise, you've been walking or running a lot, or you've just been kind of out and about all day, then you will probably end up being quite physically tired. And pretty obviously, if you want to physically recover, then the best way is to not do a massive amount of physical activity. So an opposing activity, as I called it, would be something like staying at home and watching a movie, because you're just sitting down, you're sitting there, and you are stimulating your brain in a way, and that will let your body recover in the meantime. But another way in which I think you can be tired is being socially tired, right? Especially if you're more introvert. There's different arguments about whether people are actually extrovert or introvert, but if you kind of feel intuitively that you are more of an introvert, then going out and meeting a load of new people or talking to a load of new people can be quite tiring. And the way to recharge from this is to do something solitary. So this could be something like reading or browsing the internet or just going for a walk, because that part of your brain that kind of deals with people has been exhausted because you're just interacting with so many over the course of the day. And to let it recover, you want to do something by yourself. Very simple. And a third way in which you could be tired is being mentally tired. And this will tend to happen if you're having to think logically a lot, right? You're having to do a lot of rational thinking or problem solving or something like that. Especially relevant if you're a student and you're having to think really hard. And the best way to recover from this is to do something in which you don't have to think much at all. So here, actually socializing could be a great way to recover, as opposed to if you are socially tired, in which case, perhaps doing something more solitary. Okay, so the fourth way to recharge your energy level effectively is to do something that loosens up your body. This is really simple. Sometimes when we get tired, we tend to get quite tense. And so literally just shaking that tension out can be a great way to break up what Elliot Hulse would call neurotic holding patterns. Don't know why I raised my hands when I said that. Neurotic holding patterns, right? Which is where we kind of store our own tiredness and our own any stress that we've built up throughout the day in our body itself. And so, many times a week in the evening, as silly as it may sound, I literally just like to stand there and I basically just shake my arms a bit, shake my legs. And this really loosens you up. And this can lead to things like better sleep, but it can also just make you feel more fresh and kind of alert right there in the moment as you're doing it. So could be useful. Fifth way to recharge your energy levels effectively is to do what some people might call active recovery. What is active recovery? Well, as opposed to something like watching TV, which is quite a passive way of recovering because you're kind of just sitting there, or the just sit there technique I talked about earlier, which is pretty much as passive as you can be. Active recovery is how I see it, where you put a little bit of effort and energy into doing something that will overall give you more energy back afterwards. So what are some examples? One example would be something like yoga, right? I'm definitely not an expert on yoga. I've done it a few times. You have to put a bit of energy in to kind of do certain postures and things, but then afterwards you feel really refreshed and you're either more energized or you just feel more ready, like you're in your kind of natural circadian rhythm or whatever you want to call it, and you are more likely to get to sleep and then sort of come back, right? You feel more aligned with the kind of the natural rhythm of your body. And that is number 5, doing active recovery. Finally, sixth way of recharging your energy levels effectively is to have an evening warm down routine for great sleep. So this topic definitely deserves its own video, and I'm definitely going to make numerous videos on sleep over the course of this channel. But here I'll just give a couple of pointers as to what I mean. So basically, having an evening warm down routine can be great for getting to sleep because it gives your mind a way of knowing that it's time to go to bed now, right? Because you can stay up till 11 watching TV and rationally know that you're going to go to bed at 11:30, but if you really want to have your whole body know that it's time to go to sleep, then actually setting in place some routines that help relax you will be of more benefit overall. and it helps. Your body doesn't work by just rationally knowing, okay, it's time to fall asleep now. You have to have this kind of gradual warm down process. So what I like to do on quite a few evenings of the week, I'm still setting this in place, but one of the things I like to do is basically stretch in the evening, do some light stretches, and listen to videos that kind of help relax me, right? So I'll often listen to self-development or self-help videos, or sometimes just comedy videos. I might put on something like Mock the Week. And while I'm doing this, I'll just be doing light stretches that help to get my body relaxed and ready for bed. Then what I'll do is I'll write in my daily journal. I'll have a video about this soon because I've been experimenting with a daily journaling method as opposed to a monthly journaling one, which I made another video about. I'll make a video about the daily journaling method as well. But the basic gist is that if you have some kind of way to warm down in the evening, your body will know it's time to sleep, you'll get a great night's sleep, and then you'll wake up with more energy, ready to go. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you get something out of it, and I hope you become a master at recharging your own energy levels so that you can wake up every morning raring to go with bucket loads of energy and have a really productive and enjoyable time. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.